boost season has officially begun.
Look at this big boy.
The main thing now. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me on a lovely day, clear blue skies. It's like 3 or 4 degrees, and that means boost season has officially begun. This is a very special Audi RS3 built by H Performance in Germany. Massive thanks for coming all the way here and letting us test your RS3 on our stomping grounds. It is a beast, this thing. It has their 808 horsepower kit, which secretly has a little bit more. And it is the export version of the H Performance tuning pack for the RS3 with a 2.5 liter 5-cylinder turbo engine. This thing is mental. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a look at the modifications and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for a little Autobahn blast, where we hope that it is not too busy because it's a Friday and well, Fridays are not great, but let's find out what this thing is like. As you can see, it is a little bit damp in some areas and we've got, well, quite sporty tires, 800 horsepower, so yeah, should be fun. Let's have a look at the body because it has a very nice body kit as well from Automotive Passion. This carbon fiber body kit with this grille surround piece, which is very nice. Little splitter as well down there. It's a sedan, as you can see, which is very nice. I like the sedan. I think it has a nice, muscular, beefy, short and wide look. And I think with this carbon fiber body kit, you have a nice angry front end, sort of racy. Really like that. Very nice product. We've got Motec forged wheels as well, with around that these Yokohama Autobahn AO52s. So it's not like a semi-slick, but it is very close. It's actually quite a nice tire. Behind that we've got the carbon ceramics. We don't really see it that often on RS3s, even if they're tuned, and you only get it on the front axle with an RS3, but it really makes a big difference, slowing you down, especially since this car is so powerful and so fast. Very nice to have. Bilstein B16 suspension as well. Little side skirt in carbon fiber, very nice. And of course with the 8Y generation Audi RS3 you also get this like air extraction vent wide body at the front, which is super nice. I think that's a very cool look. At the rear, what kind of size do we have at the front? So this is a 265 on a 19-inch wheel, and then at the rear we've got 2 45s. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. So it's got wider tires at the front, and this is a 19-inch as well. Little steel brakes, as you can see. And then at the rear, little carbon fiber spoiler and diffuser, also part of that Automotive Passion body kit. Super nice, actually. I think it's a very good looking car, this especially the sedan. I really like them. I think it's like the little sedan that could, you know, it has sort of something friendly, and I don't know, I like it. It speaks to me more than the hatchback. I think the hatchback, it's more obvious that it's sporty. The little sedan is nice and wide and chunky. Quite like that. So engine wise, this is of course the most important thing about this build. It's the H Performance 808 pack, which means that it has, well, 840 horsepower, around 840 horsepower on E50, which it is running now. So RON 102 fuel combined with ethanol, and you've got E50 for 840 horsepower. But they also have a TÜV approved pack available, which is very cool. So the H Performance 707 pack, which has around 730 horsepower, TÜV approval, OPF, catalytic converter, 700 plus horsepower in an RS3. That is very cool. So modifications of the 2.5 liter 5-cylinder. We've got a billet intake manifold with elbow and boost pipe with open wastegate. We've got a upgraded fuel reel, a massive intake system, so an open intake 5-inch all the way round with a turbo inlet pipe going to the TC Turbos X8 turbo. We've got oil catch can for the gearbox. We've got this guide for the open air intake, so the air that goes in here is guided towards the air intake. We've got a bigger intercooler that has a guide as well. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got this little steel bit right here that guides air onto the intercooler, because this thing needs a lot of air. It also has upgraded rods, pistons, valve springs, bigger injectors, upgraded clutch and flywheel, a full 4-inch turbo back exhaust system by H Performance, so downpipe exhaust, and then we've got a rear silencer. I'll show you that in a minute because I forgot about that, but it's a very cool system. An upgraded fuel pump, and we've got a tuned gearbox. Apparently they are, H Performance are the first that have been able to tune this 8Y gearbox, and they've done that together with TVS Engineering in the Netherlands. Which does make a big difference, because stock, it can feel a little bit mushy and it's not the greatest feeling gearbox, and especially if you start tuning it, it can definitely do with a tune. So really nice that we've got that as well, and I think I have covered the modifications with that. Well, the most important things, of course. Let's have a look at that exhaust, because as I said, it's 4-inch from the turbo all the way back, and then you have this rear silencer right there. Oh, that is a big fat boy. We've got a rear silencer right there, and if the valve is closed, it goes through this one. So this is like a regular, well, it's a little bit bigger than stock, but it's not that big. Hope you guys can see that. Maybe I'll make a video for you so you can actually see it properly. And then this one, look at this big boy. And what that means is that you can actually drive it with the valves closed, and it sounds pretty much stock, which is kind of ridiculous. So let's check it out in here, where we've got one more modification, which is the fact that we've got magnetic shift pedals. Other than that, it's just stock. It's a nice interior, I really like it. Seats are pretty good, not great, but supportive enough. And I particularly just like the layout of this interior with the physical buttons down there, the climate here. Yeah, it's a good premium interior, I would say. So let's start it up. We'll do so in dynamic mode. You do have some sheepies over there, so I'm not going to rev it, but it is very loud. And let's have a little drive on the B road. As I said, it is a little bit wet. Well, we have like wet patches, and this thing is pretty wild. So we'll see what it feels like driving it on the B road, but should be okay. It's dry enough most places, but oh, listen to that. It sounds wild already, just like with so little throttle. No horsies around today. Oh, lots of turbo noises. Combined with that 5-cylinder sound, it's something special. It really is. The nostalgia that comes with 5-cylinder turbo, with all that blow off and the turbo sound, it's just so good. So a little bit more power. It's so fast. So I also wanted to let you guys hear what it sounds like when you have the valves closed in comfort mode. When it completely quiets down, it's so good, this exhaust and this setup. And when you have the TÜV version, it's even quieter because you have a catalytic converter and an OPF, of course. But wow, the only thing giving it away is that very loud turbo whistle. which kind of sounds a little bit ominous, like you know what's hiding under there. It's the big turbo. Okay, dynamic, and then valve open. And it's struggling to decide where the power needs to go, because it's got a couple of diffs, of course, and you do feel like this is right at the limit of what this underpinning can take. It's very aggressive. I love that. Well, I also like the fact that, yes, of course, when you go all the way, there's a lot of power. I mean, 840-ish horsepower, 900-ish newton meters of torque. There's a lot of it. But it still feels pretty doable when you're not full throttle, which I think is pretty incredible. I was expecting it to behave badly and be a handful even if you're not driving it hard, but it's actually very doable. Oh, and it just absolutely shoots into the distance when you hit the throttle. Holy moly. Oh, it is fast, and it's like wrestling a wild horse. Luckily, I've watched all of Yellowstone, so I am now very proficient in braking horses, or braking in horses. Traction control off, 4th gear, 3rd gear. Oh! Holy moly! Quick. That was 300 already, and I was not expecting that. I thought I'll get a little bit of a gap so I can do the flyby for the overpass, but I saw this group of cars already, but that was 300. Jeez. So 100 to 200 we measured 4.4. The guys at H Performance actually measured 4.3. I think Martijn still had some traction issues doing the measurement. So 4.4 in these conditions, it's 5 degrees, a little bit of moisture in the road. That is actually very impressive. So we've got that Bilstein B16 suspension, which feels pretty good. It's nice and solid. It feels tight. Yeah, but it's not too firm. Let's see if we can get a little bit of space over here. It's pretty dry actually, which is great. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's a bit busy today, but I mean, we have 300 in the pocket already, which I was not expecting. Great. So even though it feels fine doing slower or lower speeds, it does feel like it's there's a beast at the bars shaking, like waiting to be released. Oh. Woo, that's quick. That is very quick. Oh. And it just, as I said, it feels fine, just poodling along. I mean, it's happiest when you give it some throttle, but I want to tell you about Petrol Vibes. This is their newest edition, a neon track silhouette, basically, with all the numbers and names of corners, the different sectors. It looks absolutely amazing here in our workshop. They still also have the regular wall art car silhouettes. the 2mm thick steel that has been laser cut. Their designs are just gorgeous, and you can also submit your own car to their website and they will make a custom silhouette of your car with all your accessories, your modifications. It looks absolutely insane. We've had one made of a Toyota Supra recently and it is just gorgeous. We've got a lot of BMWs here in the workshop. We've got a couple of cool cars up in the sim room as well. And if you want one of these things, holidays are coming up. Perfect gift for yourself or any other petrol head. Make sure you check out Petrol Vibes and use code AutoTopNL10 for a 10% discount. Enjoy the video. You do have to be awake. It's like it does move around quite a bit, both under load and after releasing the throttle and after releasing throttle on the brakes. It's a small car and it's going very fast, and you do notice that. But wow! What also strikes me, and I think is very impressive, that I can just do this 100 kilometers an hour, full throttle. Oh, whoa there, Silver! And it just grips. Jeez, it just grips. So I've got some get my manliness back. So I've got some heat in these Yokohama tires. Don't know why the accent changed there, but so I've got some heat. See? And the thing just grips. You need to keep the leash short, and it feels like there's a monster inside that wants to escape through all four corners. But it's not bad. It's actually very, very drivable, which I think is a testament to this build and to this tune, because it's just something that I wasn't expecting to feel as manageable as it does. I mean, it feels like a wild horse. You're taming it, but in a good way, like you have it under control. Oh. Oh. Yes. So H Performance do a lot. Like I asked them, he said 99% we do Audi 5 cylinders. So they also have like 1,000+ horsepower Audi TT RS, which is awesome. They do a lot of these 5-cylinder builds, so they are really like specialized in this platform, and you really feel that. It feels very polished and well managed, well thought out. Full throttle. Oh, it is going left and right here, but now is that I need to release the brake or I need to release the throttle at that speed, because I don't know if there are wet patches with these tires. Braking hard in a wet patch is not a great idea. They also do Cupra Formentor VZ5s, which is also very cool. And they have a Dutch Audi TT customer with like 900 horsepower on E85, so we might try and see if we can make that happen. Otherwise, yeah, just massive thanks for for letting us test this awesome car. To you guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button. Make sure you do. Check out this video if you want to watch another one, or head over to this playlist of reviews for a lot more. Thank you and see you at the next one. Bye.